What's up, Fight fans? Greetings from the Wrestleverse. It's your host, Billy here.
And this is Tijon.
And it's time to take it to the ring. Great. So on this episode of Wrestlecap, we're going to be reviewing WWE Smackdown.
Yeah, and last night was a really fantastic event. The night had a bunch of celebrity appearances. You had like Kid Rock show up. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of Hall of Famers came through too. You know, everybody's excited about next week. You know, we're 7 days away from that Royal Rumble finally.
Yeah,
I'm excited, man. And this just, keeps adding on.
It's definitely a great episode. So it was kind of funny. They go right into, you see the Usos in the center ring, and they try to kind of give an intro for Roman Reigns. I think Heyman did a way better job, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Paul Heyman is like, he's the GOAT of making announcements, but they did a pretty good job. Like, they hyped him up. They made it like, they made it really, I want to say it made it really special, and they made it so that everybody was involved, especially, Roman Reigns finally breaking that record for the like longest reigning Universal Champion.
508 days.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
That's a thick bloodline.
Absolutely insane. But Seth Rollins came out and, spoiled the whole, parade immediately when he came out.
Yeah, what's with that jacket, man? It looks like it's made out of some curtains or blinds or something. Where'd you find this material?
Time capsule, man. But it got you exactly. But that did exactly what it was supposed to do. It made you look exactly at him, and nobody was paying attention to Roman Reigns. He just stole the show.
That's a good point, man. That's funny.
Yeah.
What was with Roman Reigns saying he's in God mode now? I don't get it, man. It's so over the top.
I understand, he's feeling himself. He hasn't been beat in over, it's about to be almost 2 years where, he's just not been touched, really. So I think that, he's feeling himself. He's getting a little cocky. And Rollins is just going to keep, humbling him, he's like that gnat that just stays on your head.
Yeah.
And so he just keeps hitting him with reality check after reality check. I thought it was actually funny that he told Roman Reigns again to his face, you would be nothing without the Usos, and really made it so that they celebrated the Usos.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's true. He can't really he can't disagree with anything that Seth Rollins is saying right now, because look at him and Dean Ambrose with the Shield.
Yeah,
and he basically replaced the Shield with the Usos.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's he made a great point, and I'm glad somebody actually said it. It needed to be said.
Yeah, but it definitely bothered him. And so I thought it was really cool how he brought Kevin Owens out.
Yeah,
to be the tag team partner. And
it's
man,
my
they made
best
the stakes
buddy.
Super high for their main event, dude. That was a crazy announcement. I couldn't wait for the main event.
Yeah, that was definitely so. It was. I don't know if you noticed, the Usos kind of accepted that challenge that Seth gave him. So he was kind of confused. He was like, "Wait, were you speaking for me?"
Jey Uso really hopped on it immediately, and it seemed to piss Roman Reigns off a little bit. It was like Reigns wanted to be the one to either accept it or not, because he's the head of the table. So for somebody who he thinks is his subordinate, for him to just go off and accept something without his say, so that clearly irked him a little bit.
And he had to come back too. So he raised the deal. He's like, okay. Listen, you accept the deal, but I make the terms. I'm the chief, right? So he said whoever loses that match, they're out of Royal Rumble. That's a huge deal.
Yeah. So, I mean, that made it a must win for both sides. So, that gave us something to really look forward to. It just set the tone. So we could already expect how the night was really going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bunch of rematches too, man. We saw almost every fight that we saw last week kind of just came right back again this week, but it was way more intense and way more entertaining. So we had Kofi Kingston versus Madcap Moss again.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good match.
Dude, and Madcap is getting stout, man. It seems like every single week he's getting a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. He's growing fast, man.
For sure. Like, you can't deny his work ethic. I mean, I've been saying it since we first saw him this year. Like, his character is trash. Nobody likes the character. His gimmick is horrible. Corny jokes.
The jokes are so corny.
Happy. But, man, like, that man can wrestle. He can fight.
Oh, yeah, man. He's strong. He can move. But, you know, Kingston was really able to kind of keep the pace through that entire match.
Definitely.
He was just kind of working him, using that speed and agility to his advantage.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and like in the beginning, it was funny too because Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin kind of were joking him for a little bit, saying how he couldn't compete against them without, you know, his partner King Woods.
Mm-hmm.
And so after that, you know, he brought out Big E.
Yeah.
That was hilarious because then you just saw like all that smiles just was like wiped, like done. Like,
but Kingston was loving it, man. He was coming through. Yeah, the biggest smile on his face walking out there. He was loving it.
Because you could, for the first time like that we've seen this year, it just shut them right up.
It really did. Yeah, there's the picture right there. He's like,
yep. He was like, oh yeah, y'all, you know, y'all messed up. Like, y'all shouldn't have said what you just said. Like, he was just waiting for it.
Yeah, Big E looks pissed off. For that whole match, he was just kind of stalking outside of the ring, making sure Happy wasn't interfering like he usually does.
Well, you know, that's been the thing too. Like, anytime, like, Madcap Moss has really been like taking control of the fights that he's been in, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But if it wasn't for Happy Corbin interrupting whenever there was like a momentum shift in the other guy's direction, like, we don't know how the fights would have went, you know? So Happy Corbin has really been an integral part in making sure that Moss wins and stays on that win streak. But when Big E came out and really silenced him, you know, he couldn't compete against Big E. Like, there's nothing that he could do.
He was stalking him. He was like staring the whole time, just waiting for it. And Happy's really good at being sneaky and kind of getting in there at the right time. The ref can't see it.
Yeah.
They don't get the DQ. So it was really cool to see that just get stopped and Big E stop him.
Yeah. And it was even funnier because, you know, after Kofi Kingston got the win, you know, he did like that crazy tornado kick and then like so once he got that win, you know, Corbin tried to like come back in the ring and then Big E came back in and was like, no, like, what do you want to do? Like, if you want to jump in, you could jump in.
Big,
so,
like,
yeah, he had a real coming to Jesus moment and he like stepped out and left. But then he just had to watch as Big E like hit him with that big ending finisher. Straight up
just light work. He's looking right at him. What are you gonna do about it? You just gonna stand there and watch me do this to your boy?
I think it was really a statement that he wanted to make to Happy Corbin in general. Like, unfortunately, you know, Madcap Moss was like the one that you know, had to receive the message. But, you know, I think it was really so that they knew that they could tell Happy Corbin, you know, this is not your time. This is still our time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
it really showed how spineless Happy is too. He was so scared to get in there. He wouldn't even help out his best buddy, you know.
Yeah. I think that, you know, now that they're 1-1, we're definitely going to see them fight again, but I'm expecting some dirty moves coming into the next fight for sure. I think Happy Corbin's going to like pull out some weapons for sure. I'm already expecting that.
It'd be nice to see him actually wrestle.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. But apparently, you know, he's supposed to be going to Royal Rumble. So, you know, well, at least we'll see something then. But, you know, it's left to determine how he fares this year. Like,
speaking of Royal Rumble, did you see that Summer Rae was there? She's going to be in Royal Rumble?
Yeah, man.
That was a huge announcement.
That's real interesting because, you know, you had Natalya was there facing Aliyah again after her embarrassing loss. You know, Aliyah actually, you know, broke the record last week for the fastest win.
Yep.
Natalya was not having it. Was furious about that. So
she came in with vengeance.
Oh man, like blinding rage the entire time. And it got so bad that she just stopped listening to the ref, was holding on to the ropes and got DQ'd.
Yeah.
Which it just made her more embarrassed. Like, it was so bad.
She was just there to beat ass, not to win. It was vengeance. It was just pure go out there and hurt this woman.
Yeah, I don't think she cared from the moment she stepped in the ring about any rules. She just wanted to teach her a lesson about embarrassing her the way that she did last week. So she went out and, you know, just went out guns blazing, damned the refs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could care
but
less.
Luckily, Gia Lee, her like rival, there's like a rivalry coming in there. She actually came in and saved Aliyah from any more damage, luckily.
Yeah, Zaya, she's from NXT, right? I think that's where she came from. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100%. But yeah, they have some beef that's been building up for a few weeks now.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how their fight like comes into play. But it sounds like Natalya has a lot of people against her at this point because she has that beef with Summer Rae. Summer Rae was already plotting on her downfall. Aliyah is just riding the wave because she just likes to get on her nerves. And now you have Xia Li ready to you know, capitalize on like this back and forth that they've been having too. So it's looking like the odds are really stacked against Natalya right now.
Oh, and the crowd would agree too. She is not a favorite. I think everyone's just kind of over her nonstop smack talk and picking fights and causing beef.
Definitely, I do agree with that. And then we had the Viking Raiders face Los Lotharios.
That was a cool match, man. I love seeing the Viking Raiders come out. That's such a cool, fun tag team to watch.
Yeah, that whole raid hitting their chest, like they just get you hyped to watch them fight. And like I think honestly they were out to make a statement last night. You know, Los Lotharios really put up a good fight. Like, you know, they put down a pretty good beatdown on Eric, but you know, the Raiders are just extremely dangerous, and they really wanted to show the Usos, I think, how dynamic and like agile they actually are. I mean,
yeah, man, Ivar can move.
Like, did that crazy kick?
Yeah, the basement drop kick, I think it was.
Like, how did he do that? Like, their size, they shouldn't be able to do that.
He moves fast, man, and he's strong. I love when he does those great sentons and just comes down flattening guys. It's a really, I love watching them.
Yeah, I'm definitely like looking forward to them fighting the Usos. I think it's safe to say that this is going to be probably their biggest challenge.
Oh yeah,
I don't think they're ready for it.
And I think the only disadvantage that they have is that the Usos have just a little bit more tag team experience. There, as far as strength and speed, that's going to be a good matchup with the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, definitely, they're going to have to rely on that ring experience, but you know that can only get you so far. Their talent and their strength and just physical ability, I think that we're going to look at a change in the title holders. It's going to be a real dramatic shift for the Bloodline.
Yeah. Well, see, this is what I noticed with the Viking Raiders. They almost have like this mental connection. They flow really well together, and they have great tandem moves.
Yeah, and you would expect, you know, that they wouldn't be able to, you know, pull off the moves that they are, but they're surprisingly nimble. So I'm really excited. But how about that Naomi and Charlotte Flair match? They got to face off again, another contender fight.
So I guess you could call it a match. I love seeing Glow. She's getting real. I know she's already been a very good competitor. She's been around for a while, but it seems like she's really coming into her own and becoming a very good wrestler and giving Charlotte Flair a run for her money. I think this is the second or third time they've fought.
This is I believe this is their third in total, but this is their second consecutive. But I think that, you know, just like you said, I guess you can call it a match, but Sonya Deville, of course, sneaks her way into the match again to, like, somehow she became the ref just because she's an official. So she bullied her way in to be the ref.
She is just harassing that poor girl. Talk about a hostile work environment.
Like, why? I don't understand it.
I don't either.
Yeah. But, you know, this clearly put Naomi at a disadvantage, and she was getting beat down for a little bit, but Naomi came back and she had won. She really won the match. Yeah,
it was Deville was outside of the ring, just like checking her nail. I think she fell or tripped or something like that. I don't remember how she came out of the ring. But yeah, she was holding a good 8 seconds.
Yeah,
and just didn't count.
Felt like forever. Like I couldn't believe it.
It was blatant and just totally uncalled for. And she ended up getting in trouble because of it.
Yeah, luckily. But and then like, what about that part where she she immediately like called the match off as soon as she got put in a leg lock, like before she could even tap. Like,
yeah, it was barely the figure four was barely even locked in.
Yeah, and she was like, "Nope, it's over." But like, yeah, you're right though, because like immediately, like later on, we saw, her and Adam Pearce finally meet up, and he actually got to see her abusing her power for like the first time.
Yeah.
She wasn't even expecting him to be there.
Which
So
I loved. I was
funny.
like, yeah, I saw that backstage. Finally.
Yeah, exactly. So we finally get to look forward to a Sonya Deville versus Naomi one-on-one fight.
Yeah.
Like, I am super excited about that.
And this one has to be legit. There's no excuses. Management knows what's going on. Let's make this happen. And Baszler better stay out of this. I don't want to see any of her goons coming in messing up the match.
I just want to see Naomi put the beat down on Sonya Deville. I want her to put her in her place and finally get that respect.
Dude,
she's a contender, man. Like, she's beaten Charlotte Flair now twice. We've seen her basically win twice.
Yeah.
And they've both been robbed.
It's ready, man. And I think all that pent up anger is going to come out, and Deville's going to take an ass whooping.
Yeah, I do agree. I can't wait to see it. That's going to be something that I'm really excited for.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So Sami Zayn came out with another embarrassing gimmick too. Like,
dude, it was so lame, man. I don't know. Maybe he's been hanging out with Johnny Knoxville too much, or just watching too many movies. But he has like a whole table full of crap.
Yeah, trying to prove to be just as, like he said last week, he wanted to be just as much of a jackass as Johnny Knoxville. So he's really like trying to prove that anything that he could do better.
Yeah, he's owning up to it. He's definitely a jackass.
Yeah, he's not doing it the way that he thinks he is. Definitely, like it's really bad. He just needs to stop.
Yeah. Well, it was great. Is like he was messing with the voltage and he's shocking himself.
Yeah.
And
like, I was actually caught off guard because I didn't expect him to do it. I was like, oh, he actually did it. So I was actually impressed. I was like, okay, so he actually is like trying to like really do it, because last week we saw you punked out. But then Knoxville really put an end to it, because he came out and was just like, you're going to stop disrespecting me and what I do just because I'm here. And then he checked the voltage and it wasn't even on.
Yeah. It's like, what a clown. So he puts it on and ends up just like shocking the crap out of him. He's screaming and then he got tossed out of the ring.
Yeah, completely threw him out of the ring like it was nothing. That was hilarious, because it's just showing us what we can expect from Johnny Knoxville at Royal Rumble. He's entertaining. Like, we all know how entertaining Knoxville is. That's undeniable. But for him to really like be like showing out on Sami Zayn the way that he is, he just might like throw some people out. He might last a little bit.
Well, we all know he can take an ass whooping. Let's see if he can give one. And he's getting, like you said, man, he's entertaining. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, that's like 80% of the Royal Rumble. You got to be able to like withstand what's coming to you. But yeah, I don't think, like, being real, he's not going to win. There's no way.
Man. It's just fun. It's entertaining. Yeah. And gosh, there's going to be 30 people in there. So why not throw him in there? At the very least, be a punching bag.
Exactly. Just like give us some more entertainment. I can't wait. I cannot wait for Royal Rumble. And then we had, Sheamus finally brought back Ridge Holland, man.
It's like, look at my nose. They got fixed. I'm pretty now.
I was about to say, it looked good. You can't even tell that it's broken.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, they definitely did. And he recovered pretty well, too. But this was the second match, just like last week when he faced Ricochet. Faced him again, but this time Ridge Holland was there to, like, watch. So I think that Sheamus was just like, watch what I do, so that the next time you get in this ring, you know what to do.
Yeah, don't let this happen. I was really surprised to see Sheamus just throw Ricochet a butt whooping like that, man.
Oh, man, yeah. It was just more of the same from last week. I mean, I think last week, though, Ricochet was putting up a pretty good fight, but Sheamus just had his card this week.
Yeah, he showed up.
What to expect. Yeah, hit him with that same devastating brogue kick. that just put him out, pinned him like it was nothing. Now he didn't even break a sweat this time.
No, it was a really fast match. He was just like, he got a backbreaker and then like a nice lariat. It was a quick match, man. He made light work of him.
Yeah, I just think that it was a real I think it was more of just to show Ridge Holland what he needs to be in order to be the same caliber, or at least in the same team dynamic for him to work with Sheamus. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like this is your standard. You better be here. This is how we whoop ass.
Yeah, I want to see what like they can do as a duo, you know. But I don't really see Ridge Holland being on that level as Sheamus. But I know like he's supposed to be the protege, so it's gonna take some time. But if he keeps getting dismantled with just like it wasn't a regular kick, but I feel like he should have at least stayed in. It's a broken nose, man. This is a fight.
Yeah, his whole thing is he's a brute. He's from the streets, and so far I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I don't know about that, especially after like if you're out for weeks off of a broken nose. I get it hurt, but come on, like you can't have that Billy Badass like shit going and then you're out for like 3 weeks. Come on, man. That's not something that you want to start off with.
And then when you come back, you just watch.
That's embarrassing, Sheamus.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Yeah. All right, so we finally got that main event. I couldn't wait. I'm so excited I was so excited for this match, man. So Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens versus the Usos finally went down.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I love seeing KO and Seth Rollins come out together, but I couldn't help but think the whole time in the back of my head, is Rollins going to stab KO in the back? Is KO going to stab him? Because both of them are kind of looking out for each other, and they like to play those games.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was just the whole match, I was like, they're going to turn, but nah, they didn't.
I think that, I mean, I felt that way too, but I think that they both know where they want to get to, and they know that they're going to fight each other. They already acknowledged that last on Raw, actually, because they both want, like Kevin Owens already said, you know, I'm coming for that title, but first, you know, you got to get there, and I need to get to Royal Rumble. So,
yeah, it's mutually beneficial, but eventually they're going to have to fight, man. So
I think that they just are, the tension is there, but right now, they're just burying the hatchet for right now. Just for right now. But it was also cool because, I mean, you could see the look on Roman Reigns' face because he was backstage and he was just like, he's just watching, but you can tell like he's worried. You know, he doesn't want to face Seth Rollins by himself. He's never really faced, first off, he hasn't beaten Seth Rollins on like that big stage.
That's a good point. I know they were kind of partners, but it's just like I see Reigns being so much more dominant, but Seth has really gotten a lot better in the last like few months, man. He's really come into his own.
It's a mental game when it comes to Rollins. But like, I mean, you could see though, like Seth Rollins put on a performance. I mean, so did Kevin Owens, but man, did you see that suicide dive bomb?
Dude, he was moving, he was keeping the pace up. He had some great moves, really showing us what he can do. But yeah, he took out both of the Usos, man. Who's going down?
Yeah, I mean, you can see like Rollins knew what was at stake, and he was not losing. Like he made it clear he was not going to lose that match. So
he's come too far.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy because like there were so many things going on in the match that they were exhausted. Like everybody like gave it their all, but Seth Rollins just kept getting these extra bursts of energy where he just was like, no, I need to win. And you could just see it like in those bursts where he was just going after them both.
Yeah.
And got to the point, like we knew that Seth Rollins was about to win the match, and so did Reigns.
Well, gosh, one time he was just getting destroyed in the Usos corner. And that was one of the bursts. He was just able to get out, and KO was able to tag in. He got in that great senton cannonball. You know, he got in his good moves. But I think you said it best, man. Seth was there. He knew what was at stake, and this was a must win.
Yeah. I was really proud to see it, man. I'm a fan. I think I'm rooting for him. But especially after Roman Reigns came and interfered, like that was a punk move, man.
It was. I was surprised until I actually thought about it. And I was like, come on. I mean, the Bloodline they've been doing stuff like this for a while now. So I had a feeling he was going to come in and do it.
Yeah, they had to get it from somewhere, but the match was over.
Yeah.
So that's why it was like at this point, you know, Seth Rollins already like laid down the law. He already was like he was about to win. He was about to put the pin in place and it was going to be over. We all saw it happening. He earned it. It was like the match was over. So for him to just stop the match and like just get the DQ so that they would win anyway, it just was like, come on, like that wasn't even necessary.
Yeah. I really think it was just like he saw what was going to happen and he's like, fine, I'm going to end this. I'm going to be the one. It's on my terms.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably exactly what it was. But for the first time, at least in my memory, we saw like a real shift in the crowd when it comes to Roman Reigns.
Yeah, man. He was getting booed. People are kind of over it. I mean, I'm over it. The acknowledge me and tribal chief and the God mode stuff. I'm over it.
Happened to him. So this got to be a new feeling for him too. He's always been like that fan favorite, you know, the one that's most loved. He's like John Cena in that regard. Like he didn't have that many people that hate on him. So for the entire crowd, the entire stadium to start booing him off of that, like, man, that's new. That's a new feeling. I know he didn't like that.
Yeah, he did it to himself. All that arrogance, man. People are gonna get pissed off. But
yeah, and you saw like, you know, you saw Seth Rollins just laughing in the ring because he knows what this means. Cause he's done it. He's successfully he's living rent free in Roman Reigns' head. He's just in. Like
that's a great way to put it. You know, even the crowd, they were doing the like they were cheering him on.
He's got the crowd and he's in his head. That's all he's gonna really need. Like Roman Reigns is now like the underdog because everybody's now pulling for Seth Rollins to win. He stated nothing but facts about how he's gonna like come into this match and what he brings to the table against Roman Reigns, and gotten people to actually look at Seth Rollins in a different way. I mean, well, yes, Seth Rollins, but also Roman Reigns, because we've all seen Roman Reigns and we're like, he's the GOAT, but now everybody's questioning, like, is he? Because, you know, Rollins made some really good points, so now everybody's kind of pulling for Rollins.
Well, I mean, he's been working really hard to make that happen, so I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for it. I cannot wait to see how next week goes. It's only 7 days, but it's gonna feel like a really long 7 days for sure. Because
I agree, man. Yeah.
Fights.
Yeah. So all right. So here at Take It to the Ring, we like to give each fight card a fight card rating. So we have 5 for Fight Forever. You got 4. This is awesome. Then you got 3. You still got it. And then 2 is the what? And then 1 is boring. Worst of all. Don't even bother watching the episode. Check us out. We're going to be way more entertaining. What would you give this episode?
Oh, man. I was struggling not to give this one a 5. Everything in me wants to give this one a 5. But I'm gonna say 4. Reluctantly. Like, we'll just put like a tentative, like an asterisk. If Royal Rumble doesn't live up to what it's supposed to be, I'm going to be furious, man. That's the only reason, because I know for a fact that Royal Rumble is going to be a 5-star event, and I don't want to put this match in the same caliber, or like this event in the same caliber as Royal Rumble. But if I could, man, I would give this 5 stars, and Royal Rumble I would put like 10 stars, because I already know that.
I think it was a great episode too. I give it a solid 4. I don't like to throw out 5s. I'm with you. But there was a lot leading up to this. Like you said, the crowd was just star-studded. You get to see the Usos kind of get checked, you know, and it's just a lot of stuff upcoming, man. It was a great episode. Very entertaining.
All the boxes, man. It checked literally all the boxes for it to get a 5-star. So it hurts not to give it that 5 stars. But man, like, I'm just so ready because this just made Royal Rumble that much more of a must-watch. And I don't know how much more they can add to it, but they somehow keep doing it. Like every week, you think like they're not gonna. There's no way they can make this more interesting, and they have.
Yeah, they're doing it, man. I'm pumped. I'm really, really excited. There for a while, I was kind of getting disappointed in WWE, but they're bringing me back in, man. It's a good change.
Yeah, like I'm invested. I haven't been this invested, like you said, in a long time. So yeah, they're definitely back and bringing the heat, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. You're amazing. If you like what you see here, please take a moment to leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. And for more WrestleCap videos like this, click that link right there below. And until next time, Tijan, Billy here, and don't stop believing.